everybody.
Yes.
This is Alberto from StudioCom, and StudioCom is a consultancy firm specialized in helping customers to small medium businesses, basically, to find customers on the international market. And in StudioCom, I am the wine guy, but I have a true passion for food, and that's why today we are talking
15
about
grams.
pizza.
1 5.
So, pizza, is one of the most iconic Italian specialty. If you think about, the pizza margherita is like the Italian flag with green with basil. We have a white with mozzarella and red with tomato. And but to me, pizza is is always related with family, with friends, with laughters, with toasts. And but of course, pizza is also a product. It's a very delicate process. You need expertise, you need experience. You need to know how to control leavening, how to choose flour, yeast, and all the other ingredients. And of course, finally, pizza is a business. So it's sourcing the right ingredients, especially if you are running a business abroad. It's sometimes struggling to do that. And of course, it's also finding an appealing concept for your pizzeria if you are running one. And but most of all, pizza is providing an Italian lifestyle experience to your customer. So we will talk about all this today with, let's say, 4 of the most prominent pizza experts on the international market. So we are talking about 4 different people from 4 different countries. So I'm super excited about this. So I don't want to steal too much time. And I would pass the ball to Mr. Ralph Carlone, who is running Pizza per Passione Academy in Scotland. And today he will share with us some of his experience. Thank you, Ralph, for being here. And please start your presentation.
Hello, everyone. As Alberto just mentioned, my name is Ralph Carlone from Scotland. I have an academy. It's called Pizza per Passione. Jake and the chefs, we're going to demonstrate how we're going to make the dough. We started yesterday, and the boys have been very good. They've already made a lot of dough that we are going to test today. Importantly, Scotland, like also in some countries in Asia, we have also high humidity, okay? And we don't have any problem about the heat, okay? Because we have very cold weather here most of the times. But we have also a little problem about humidity.
Yeah.
The important, when you encounter these problems, these situations, what we usually do, 2 factors are very important: flour and water. Because as you know, when you have high humidity and you have high temperature, your dough, with your fermentation, reacts totally different. So you can use the best flour in the world and you will have a very bad product. So if you don't follow certain steps, okay? So you have to follow the steps of how to store the flour. That's the number 1 rule, very important. Water, which is the one of the most important ingredients of our recipe. How do we store it? Temperature of the water. All these factors are very important, so we can choose the correct flour for our product. We choose the flour. According to the flour, we do the recipe. But important: flour temperature, storage, and water temperature. So in this case, with the people we have connected today, I'm sure you encounter some problems along the way with the storage of the flour, with temperature, with the dough fermentation being totally all over everywhere, and different days you will have different dough. So to have consistency, you must control the temperature of your water.
Yeah.
If you have the space to keep gallons of cold water, preferably between 2 and 4 degrees, and also the flour, we can store the flour a pizzaiolo works in a pizzeria. Before going home, all he has to do is keep 2 bags of flour and put it inside the refrigerator the evening before. In the morning, you will have cool refrigerator and cold water. Then you have control. The quantity we use is 1.5 gram per kilo of flour, because I want to take this dough up to 3 days. Molino Lario SPR 00, okay, which is a medium strong 00 flour, 24-hour leavening times. And also the line Tanta Fibra, which I adore, as I'm sure everybody knows. We always start from the water and yeast, okay? We choose the flour according to the protein content of the flour. We decide how much water to put inside. This has to be very clear to obtain consistency. You will always get consistency 24/7 if you do this way. If you do the other way, you won't have consistency. Together with other problems you will encounter with temperatures and everything else, and it will become very difficult. This job is, for me, as one of the best jobs in the world. Yeah. So we leave the yeast and the flour turning, and then we get our jig to add the water. Water again here, we choose the water at 10 degrees. There is some formula you can choose to decide the final temperature of the dough. But we're not going into too much technicality today.
Yeah, please, yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to make sure our final temperature of the dough is between 22 and 24 degrees, okay? Because in the summertime, we get close to 22, okay? I always give a 2 degrees of a gap, okay? In the winter time, we can go to 24 and a little bit more. If the temperature is very hot and you don't have an ambient control lab, then use less yeast and take your maturation a little longer. I would say for Asia, 1.5 gram of dry yeast, okay? If you use fresh, I recommend not triple, because some people do times 3, because dry yeast has more concentrated, so it's more powerful, but do divide times 2. So what we're doing here, the hydration percentage of the water is 60% we use here. Okay. You can use more or you can use less, according to your experience. But remember, Asia, the higher the percentage, the harder it is to control the dough.
Ciao Alessandro, welcome to our webinar. And and Ralph was saying that you are the best person to talk with when choosing the right flour. And you know, what is fascinating me is that you can't say what is the best flour, right? It's the best flour for the kind of pizza that you want to achieve, right?
Ciao Alberto, hi to everyone. Alessandro from Molino Lario speaking. I'm the buyer of the meal. I'm responsible for quality control and the research and development. Flour is the product obtained by grinding and sifting cleaned wheat, soft wheat. So grinding and sifting, just a physical process. No other ingredients are added, no chemicals, no preservatives. Italian law tells about 00, 0, type 1, type 2, or whole wheat flour. Why Italian flours are so appreciated? Why are so different? But well, because we have a great know-how linked to the process, as well as knowing many different wheat variety. We are able to select them and balance them in the mixes. We have now to recognize which is the best product for a very good, delicious, amazing, astonishing pizza, okay? How we can recognize it? Well, first of all, the taste, okay? The taste of the pizza. But the second one is its digestibility, okay? It's very, very important. We use just European and Italian wheats. I just think that we can do our best using just this variety that originates from Europe and Italy. We speak about the farmers involved in order to see the variety we need. So the key is the variety involved in pizza flours, okay, in this mixing. As Ralph told you before, we have to know which is the process you would like to apply, which is the product you would like to obtain. So a round pizza, a pizza teglia, a pala, okay? And overall, how many time you would like to ferment your dough or leavening your dough.
For how long? Yeah.
Okay, because it's very important for the flour you have to use. Okay, more hour you have to spend in fermentation process, more strength it has to be your flour. Okay, but the critical point is if you use a flour that is not strength enough, or at worst it was too strength for your process, you don't obtain a digest pizza. Okay, then you can choose a 00 if you would like to have a soft pizza, or maybe a type 2 flour if you would like to achieve a more tasty pizza. But the key of your success is to merge your process with the right W, so with the right strength of the flour, because the W parameter is the strength, means the strength of the flour. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but sometimes sometimes I found even professionals that they have a kind of misconception of wet flour when talking about pizza. So they just think about the brand because, okay, when they were at school, at the pizza school, they were said, okay, this and that is the best brand, etc. Or I have the impression they kind of ignore exactly the physical transformation that occur in the dough, so that according to what you have in mind, okay, you want to have that kind of pizza, so you have to choose and select the perfect and the more suitable type of flour. Is that correct?
You are right, Alberto. Sometimes and often it happens that they told us you have to do a pizza, it's better 00 flour or 0 flour. So it's not this a parameter. We would like to talk with you, with all of you, in order to know which is the process you would like to apply, okay?
Exactly.
And which is the product you would like to obtain. So that let us propose you the best flour, okay?
So it's very important. So always to have a kind of communication with the producer. It's very important. No matter if you are small or big, but I believe that because a pizza maker is a kind of artist, so he has a kind of picture in his head. So he needs to find the perfect ingredients and materials to achieve the idea that you have in mind. But to do that, is not a professional with flour, and flour is the core, is the heart of pizza. Yeah. So I believe that it's extremely important to have this communication with this. I want to talk with Luca from Thailand, and because I believe that not only he has his idea of pizza, but also he's an entrepreneur. So he has a vision, you know, as a manager, as an entrepreneur. So Luca, thank you for being here. Can you share with us your experience as a pizza entrepreneur in Thailand?
Good morning, Italy. Good afternoon, Asia.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Luca. I live in Bangkok. I'm here since 16 years. Yes, running a little chain of Italian pizza restaurant. Well, what say, after our dear friend Ralph and our dear friends Alessandro from Molini Lario, they introduced already one of the two big issues in the beginning of the pizza business. First, is to create your own recipe. Second, to create your own recipe according to where we are, where you are, where your restaurant is, and which is your customer, and what your customer like. Often, as Italian, we create a fantastic product, unbelievable product, but sometimes we forget to check if our target, our customer, our neighborhood customer like what we are doing. So the first suggestion I would like to give to all the pizza maker, all the pizza restaurant, all the pizza entrepreneurs in the world is take your ego, put in the drawer for a bit, and check around. What are you doing? What the market wants. Then quality is never a matter. Quality is always there. But in the middle of the quality world, there are a lot of different phases and different adjustments that you can do to design the perfect pizza dough for your restaurant, for your customer. First, for your restaurant, because as our friend Ralph Carlone say, it's very important to fix your pizza dough with where you are. Of course, we are in Thailand right now. We have 36 degrees, 58 to 78% of humidity in the air. Our chill room of the flour, where we have to storage all our flour, is never going up or 24 degrees and never going up or 35% of the humidity. Otherwise, after a couple of weeks, after a month, you receive your stock from Italy, you have to throw away. So, my experience that I would like to share with you, when you want to make a good product, good pizza, you're going to reach good result, you have to start to preserve the product from the day one when you're leaving your supplier in Italy, all the trip down to your country of business, in this case Thailand, and then on keep, storage, preserve the raw material in a proper way, because the temperature, the humidity, it change everything. Before I listen this fantastic sound of which is the best flour in the world, doesn't exist the best flour in the world. There are a lot of very nice flour. There are a lot of very nice Italian businessmen, business people. They create a fantastic artisanal product. Yes, I say I put together business and artisan, because artisan must be businessman if you want to survive. Don't forget. So there are a lot of artisan businessmen. They create a lot of nice and fantastic flour product, but it's not enough. You have to keep that. You have to bring in your home country and preserve. After that, you can make your best mix of flour. This is is in the hand of an artisan, which is a pizzaiolo, and there is become the best pizza when there is a very good artisan product as a raw material, very good artisan who manage this product, and then it's become very good pizza. It doesn't matter, it's a good flour, it make it good pizza. This doesn't exist. But anyway, from my point of view, let's not forget when we are around the world, entrepreneurs view to calm down our ego a little bit. Today, we have a lot of God around the world, a lot of book, a lot of very nice magazine. They're gonna say, oh, this is the best pizza of Tanzania. This is the best pizza of China. And then later we will talk with the great friends, Carmine, from China. But in the hand, we are very famous on a magazine. But when you take it, the financial report of the pizza chain that are not Italian, we are famous on the magazine. They are famous in the bank for how much money every day they put in the bank account. So we are very good to make good pizza. Number one, great. But to learn how to make a pizza as a business, we have to look Americans, we have to look English, with English company. We have to look all the other who take pizza as a priority. Then we can discuss about the quality later. But build up around the pizza a gorgeous business. I want to tell you this. There is only one things probably you can give to eat to any child in the world, from any country, from any race, from any latitude of this planet. But be sure, if you give a decent, I don't want to say super good, I don't want to say entry level, a decent piece of pizza margherita warm, you're gonna get the smile.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure. And this is one of the few worldwide food is common organized as global. So pizza is global. It's not Italian. It's maybe born in Italy, maybe, and become global. Now, our challenge as Italian is to bring Italian quality global. There we can win, and then we can start to talk about pizza as a business. Don't forget, for example, in Asia, the customer doesn't like carbs. They added carbs. They cannot eat one full pizza by themselves. One pizza, average here, divided by 3. Can you imagine? So you have to change, put your ego aside, you have to change your view of the pizza. When we open Pizza Marsiglia, we want to make pizza gourmet. And pizza gourmet is become pizza with a lot of premium product on the top that the customer in Asia enjoy to share. But they share the topping.
Ciao Carmine, thank you for being here.
Hello, good morning to everyone. Nice to meet you all. I'm Chef Carmine D'Arienzo. I'm talking to you from Suzhou, a very beautiful city near to Shanghai in Jiangsu province. I'm work for Mamma Mia company, a chain. Actually, we have 7 restaurants all around China. We have it in Shanghai, in Suzhou, Wuxi, Guangzhou, and we are expanding. Shortly, I will explain what are our concept, what we did it, what to do the Napolitan pizza has impact on the diet and even in the dining concept of the Chinese. We are strictly traditional as Napolitan pizza. We make Napolitan pizza with the traditional Napolitan recipe, with the all imported product, in important brick wooden fire oven from Naples. Old Mamma Mia restaurant serve the pizza in a traditional way, but as a marketing, as as serving, we give very the young and colorful marketing to the customers. But the quality and the traditionality for us is the first matter. In our menu, you can find just the traditional pizza with traditional flavor. We want to give a true feeling of being in Naples. What we do in China is to push the sharing experience. We say that the Napolitan pizza is something that you can share. You can put in the middle of the table. You can share with your family, with your girlfriend, with your friends. With also pizza metro, the long meter pizza, and they love it in Shanghai. As the Italian, the Chinese food take very seriously their food. I mean, they are very traditional, keep very seriously the tradition of their food, and they love to eat their food. If a Chinese have to decide between to eat in a Chinese restaurant or in a whatever foreign restaurant, 70% of the time you're gonna go in the Chinese one. The challenge of to work in China is to try to attract to the customer not only with the product that we decide to be traditional, but with the expecting to give to you an experience that can be with the environment, with the drink, with the service. Usually our waiters can say some word in Italian. Usually we always give offer to the customer the limoncello, as all the good trattoria did it in Naples. You never go away from a Napolitan restaurant without limoncello. Our pizza is traditional. We we use the wooden fire oven, and in our case, it's a apple wood, but it's a particular apple wood that doesn't take any smoke. Is the trees the local call this tree per apple. What more difficult things is also to train the pizza chef, the pizzaiolo, because making Napolitan pizza, but pizza in general is not that easy. You need to check a lot of things. You need to keep a standard. You need to keep the consistency. In the moment that you take the flour from the supplier to the moment that you're gonna use. We use room temperature rooms for make the dough. So the flour and the rooms where we make the dough is always standard as temperature. But it's not that easier because we have a restaurant in different parts of China. For example, we have the one in Canton, a restaurant that I personally opened 5 years ago. Canton is south of China. They are very close to the equator, so it's super hot all the year. Maybe they feel a little bit cold 1 month for years. There the dough is totally different between the other restaurant. Good as the other one, but with another recipe. Plus, we sometimes every year we send two of our pizza chef, Chinese one, in Naples to train for let them understand which one is the feeling, which one are the shade, the atmosphere that we have in a real pizzeria Napoletana. I don't lie. In the first period, there was a lot of trouble. The most common one was the crust of the pizza that was a little bit burned. So people say, but you give my pizza is burned. So how can I eat? It's not healthy. So you need to explain a lot of time. Yeah. Now in Suzhou, after 10 years of activity, our pizza is becoming, I don't know what to say, a must. By the way, if you ask to some old Chinese, where come from the pizza? He will say to America, because Pizza Hut was the first company that make pizza in China. Pizza is not crust. Otherwise, we call a bread with a topping on top. Pizza is pizza. Pizza is the combination of the crust or the ingredient on top that makes Napolitan pizza. Maybe I'm too light to talk about these things because I am Napolitan. I'm first as a chef, So I'm very picky about ingredient, whatever compose the pizza. It's not about ego. It's as my job. Our philosophy is to give our original Napolitan product to the customer, and it works.
Napolitan experience.
It works. Exactly, fully Napolitan experience.
Pizza is, of course, first of all, is a Napolitan flagship, but also an Italian flagship.
Napolitan pizza is not the best pizza. Is the first pizza. We make Napolitan style pizza. And to be honest, now the best pizza in Campania is in Caserta. It's not even in Naples.
All my pizza chain, they have a Napoli oven, born in Naples and bring here by boat. Napoli pizza is a fantastic. Now we're launching now the last one. Is a Tonda Romana pizza, which is also fantastic, a super old Italian tradition.
There are two experiences, completely different to different area, and but you both share the idea of bringing a product that should be from one side should provide a lifestyle experience that I was mentioning at the beginning. That's very important because pizza is also a social product, and Carmine was mentioning the fact that it's a sharing product, it's a sharing dish, and this increase this lifestyle experience. Actually, I said it's like kind of a Chinese tradition, but it's also an Italian tradition. It's sharing, and it's part of our philosophy of life. It's very important to us. So definitely pizza is a perfect match for this.
This is where pizza started, yeah. So here we have a old belt from how many years ago, Jake?
7.
Jake can speak to us about.
We built this 7 years ago.
So I think it's right to say to close the show.
You are closing perfectly the cycle. So
I want to show you the dough that's been maturing for the boys made yesterday. We use 30% Bella Pizza, SPR 00. and also Tanta Fibra type 1 from Molino Lario.
Okay.
And you can see the color is a little darker. It only has 24 hours. We took it from the refrigerator this morning. We're stored at 4 degrees yesterday morning. But with this quantity of yeast and water and the temperature control we have in our lab, we can keep this dough up to 3 days. And the longer we will keep it, the more light and friable our pizza will be. So the masticability of the pizza, when we eat the pizza, the bite will be much lighter and will melt in our mouth. I believe that's how pizza should be. It can be crispy, it can be soft, like Napolitan style, crispy, like our colleague was talking about the Roman style. That's very crispy. But the importance when you bite, there's no matter which region. In Italy, we have 20 regions, so we have so many different opinions. So as long as when you bite it, it just melts in your mouth. That's the most important. And when you're going and belly is light also.
And also digestion. Alessandro was mentioning, that it's very important. So it's very sad when you eat a very tasty pizza, which, it somehow affects your digestion. But good pizza should always be very easy to digest.
Yes, that's exactly what Luca was speaking about before, that any pizza, it can be good, but the important thing is about being light. So light, when we eat it, we need to eat one pizza and after say, oh, I want to eat half more. So that's how we have to think. So the ingredients we use in here are all for quality. We use San Marzano DOP tomatoes, which I show you here, which is very important. I only use some salt and basil, crushed by hand, the way the tradition asks us to do. And we use fior di latte mozzarella. So the crust, the stretching of the dough, as according to different pizza like style, we don't have a crust. The Napolitan style, we don't have like a big crust like you see, because that's not real Napolitan style, like Carmen was explaining before. The STG real Napolitan has just a slightly crust and not like a big cornicione. That's more like a pizza contemporanea, we call in Italy at the moment, and which is very popular also all over the world, and has a higher hydration, and also you can leave more crust. So the more crust you leave, with the temperature of the oven, will rise much more. We use just a little bit of durum wheat, prevents from sticking. You can see it's very stretchy, the dough.
Oh yeah.
And this pizza you can eat two, no problem. I guarantee it. So first of all, we use our San Marzano.
Okay.
Some fresh basil. You hold that, please. Okay, now we're going to go into the oven. The temperature of the oven is around 400 degrees, 390, 400. So we're not going to make a very soft pizza, because here we have a restaurant, and we also, with the same pizza, we will do home deliveries. So we will use the same product, so we'll be able to eat in a plate, and it will also travel.
I see Luca is agreeing with you also, because you do pizza delivery as well, right? Especially during lockdown, huh?
Yes,
yeah, actually,
the most
80% in delivery.
When you have a business with restaurant and home delivery, and also takeaway, because we have clients coming in the door, buying a pizza, walking home, or driving home. We don't want to make two style of dough. We must have a more oven. So we ask them to make one style of dough, adaptable, and the temperature is important. We keep the temperature so the pizza will travel and will also be good to eat in the plate.
Here in China, it's very popular at the home delivery.
Okay.
There are some app that basically do delivery for the restaurant. Outside of the classic pizza container, pizza box, we put another cover that is thermo-saving.
Okay.
And the pizza will arrive pretty hot. And during the period of the coronavirus, he'll help us a lot to do
I'm
the
sure.
delivery.
I'm sure. Look at this. Oh, very.
Cosa? So I want you to hear although we baked in a wood fire oven, 395 degrees. I can hold it in my hand, and it's not soft, it's not soggy. You can hold it.
Yeah.
If you want, you can fold it and eat it. It was nice. Thank you for having us. I want to say thank you to everybody for following us.
Thank you everybody for attending. Thank you Luca. Thank you Ralph. Thank you Carmine. Thank you Alessandro. Thank you everybody for being with us. And pizza is definitely one of the most iconic dish that we have in Italy. So let's be proud of this. You have to be proud of the work you're doing with pizza and also with flour in case of Alessandro, Molini Lario. And I hope to meet each of you very soon. Honestly, I'm really waiting to be back to China, so I definitely want to come visit Mamma Mia in Suzhou or wherever you will be, Carmine. And good luck, everybody.
Sure.
And let's keep Italian flag high. Thank you. Bye-bye.